Well guys, this is just incredible. Was not expecting this whatsoever. This is, well, started off with the story. I could very well be, as far as I know, I could very well be the first person in the country to have this. About 2 days ago, we got the word in the morning about how the first at-home inflatables have been spotted, and it was actually just the archway. And the video that some guy, it was some YouTube channel, posted about it, he was actually right in my area. And I was like, that's my store. The first reported at-home store to confirmed to have inflatables is my store. What just pure luck. So I went there, I took the video, as you guys might have seen the short that I posted. It is currently July 8th, and I'm blown away that I have this right now. This is the new for 2022 blacklight, possibly, I don't know what, we don't know much about this one, blacklight animated fire-breathing metallic dragon, sold again exclusively at home, if you can see right there. It is 7.5, well, more 7.8 feet tall and 10 feet wide. Again, of course, I think it has the kind of still short circuit LEDs, which makes it black light, as how Jemmy describes it, instead of, just standard LEDs or C7s. But yeah, I am really, really stoked to get this guy up. So let's go ahead and run down the box design. So there's three bigger kind of different changes about the box design this year. The first of which is, of course, well, the at-home box design this year. Exclusively at home, that is a new tag that is, of course, only being put on the exclusives. But then the second thing I'd like to mention here is that the price tag is no longer on the front here. I will show you. It is on the back, and just like Walmart and Home Depot, they have, and Lowe's too, I think, they have their own code now for easy find. And then the third thing that I'd like to mention is that we figured out earlier that they're changing the back of the box to have the instructions on it. Not for base fans, apparently. This does not have it. So that's pretty interesting. Again, 10 feet wide, 7.8 feet tall, 2022 Jemmy. Let's take a look at the side of the box. Of course, the orange arrows on either side indicates that it is animated. So yeah, that is the box design. 3 new changes this year that I don't think anyone was expecting. Yeah, pretty cool. So let's go ahead and get this guy unboxed. Of course, this guy, does have the standard base fan box size. It's not anything big, it's not anything small, it's just the standard one that comes with most base fans, especially like the BJ's ones. As you can see, of course, they're still doing the tape on the sides this year instead of what they used to do, which was just right down the middle. But that doesn't really bother me. Again, it does give you like a handle if you want to pull the box out, the inside box. Okay. We'll see if this guy has instructions. As far as we know, instructions were kind of like done, but of course this guy has to have them because they're not on the back anymore. They're not printed on the back. Of course, yeah, there you go. All right, so one curly stake for the base, kind of the bottom of the inflatable. There's a loop on the bottom that you put it in, and then the 4 heavy-duty stakes, 4 nails for the fan, and then standard tethers. And then here you go. Unfortunately, no instructions are not gone, and they're still, I mean, they want to save paper on most of these, but I am assuming, At Home does order their inflatables like a full year in advance. But yeah, and then this is another new thing here. The bag is gone, which I guess is a new way to save money. The bags were never really useful anyway. So yeah, I can feel the spring right here for one of the wings. Really excited to see this guy inflated. Let's go ahead and get it out of the box and get it inflated. So here it is inflated. It is in no way a huge, massive dragon. This is definitely pretty small, but that does not mean it is not still awesome. The wings do flap kind of slower than the older dragons used to. There's two zippers. I'll show them later. There's one on the back and then one obviously down by the fan. And another interesting thing I'd like to note here is that it does have a tornado fan. I'm pretty sure it's a 125. I have to unzip it and check. But it's a lot softer and quieter than it usually is. Maybe that's a brand new fan, or maybe this is just a defect or whatever. But kind of, yeah, that's definitely better than, you know, it being super loud and distracting from the rest of the display that you put up. It does have metallic on all the horns on his head and a red LED in the mouth. There's the pumpkin collar on it, just like the baby dragons have their own collar. I think there was a skull on most of them. But yeah, that's pretty much just the rundown of it. Let's go ahead and get a closer look. Here's a view from the other side. You can definitely see more of the facial features in the face in general, and the whole inflatable really looks great from side angles. Doesn't really look good head on because the face is kind of weird, I'm not gonna lie. It has that like snout horn thing, but that's fine. I don't know, I mean, you can always just position it to the side in your display, but that is definitely pretty interesting. That this is definitely meant to be a side inflatable, not like you're not supposed to face first or it'll look kind of bad. But yeah, definitely, I mean, from this angle right now it looks great. Actually, the LED right there on his back is actually, I think, color changing. I'll show you guys a closer look in a minute, and then we'll also see the night view. But that is definitely pretty interesting. This is, I don't think there's ever been like really a color changing LED dragon. I know there's been tons of kaleidoscope dragons. Maybe there's been a short circuit dragon. I'm not sure. That'll be really cool if they haven't, though. That'll be nice idea for the future. Something that I don't really like is that how the black on his stomach doesn't go all the way down to the base of his tail. That just doesn't really look good from the sides. This of course actually does have two tether attachments, one on each foot right there, but only one curly stake, which is interesting. I think four LEDs in this one. No kaleidoscope, unfortunately. And the animation definitely makes it worth it. And for 150 bucks, that's like a steal for at home. I mean, everyone would have anticipated, you know, if they sell like just a standard inflatable like they did, like the cat that's being brought back this year, that's 170 bucks and it doesn't do anything. This one has animation and color changing LEDs and a tornado fan, and it's 20 bucks less than the cat. But the cat's bigger, so I guess it qualifies as it to be a higher price. But definitely pretty interesting. I think this is the first metallic Halloween inflatable since the Jack-O-Reaper, the metallic Jack-O-Reaper from 2019 at Home. The first metallic at-home Halloween inflatable. But as you can see, that beak, I'm not the biggest fan of that, but it's fine. The flaming mouth is pretty cool. I like those on dragons, and I like the animation mechanism, obviously, on dragons. So this is definitely, I mean, I wouldn't call this a bad inflatable whatsoever. This is pretty cool. So here's the fan. Another new thing this year is that they are no longer doing the stickers, these silver stickers that used to go right here on the nozzle, kind of like where the air comes out of the fan. Now it's actually engraved on the blower itself. That is a 125. I'm not sure if you guys can see it right there, but that is a 125. I'm assuming this is a new version of a 125 because this is definitely a lot quieter. It does not feel like a 125 at all. This actually, it sounds like like an 80 or like a 60 or an 80, not like this big powerful fan, but it does inflate it really well. So that is definitely interesting. Maybe this is the future of the 125s. They figured out a way how to make it even quieter, which is definitely useful for the display. It's helpful, especially if you keep your inflatables up at night, so it doesn't annoy your neighbors. So that's definitely pretty cool. Well, this guy does look really, really cool during the day. I can't wait to see it at night, so let's go ahead and get the night view. Wow, this guy does look great at night. Something that I am not really a big fan of is how you can see all the wires in his stomach going up to the head. All those just dangling there, you can see him straight through the inflatable one at night. The wings do not light up at all, but that's, whatever, it still looks fine. From what I saw when it was daytime was that the middle LED was like color changing from purple to blue. We'll see if that keeps happening, or I don't know. When I just plugged it back in, it is just steady bent, which is really weird. But yeah, as you can see, the flaming mouth does light up pretty well. There's 3 C7s in the head and 3 or 4, I'm thinking 4 blue LEDs throughout the body. Definitely looks pretty cool at night. Well, there's my thoughts. Let's go ahead and rate it. For design, I'd go ahead and give this guy maybe a 7, really. 7 out of 10. Which means it's not terrible. There are some flaws to it, but it's still great, especially for at-home, something that at-home would pick out. This is definitely incredible. I mean, when you're looking at the at-home perspective, when they're going from just all these cheap little inflatables back to these big base fan ones this year, this is definitely a breath of fresh air for them and gives us hope for the future. But 7 out of 10 for the design, I'm okay with that. Up next is quality. Quality is actually, I mean, normally what Jemmy does, or what At Home orders specifically, is some, again, cheap stuff. So the fact that this guy does have the animation mechanism and the LEDs, the color changing LEDs, and the flaming mouth with the LED, this is definitely a big game changer for At Home again. Coming from, again, these like really not so good inflatables back to this stuff. I'm really, you know, it's not the most perfect lineup this year, but it's definitely pretty good comparatively. So quality, I'm gonna go ahead and give this guy maybe an 8 out of 10. An 8 out of 10 seems fair. Lastly, price. Again, I'm gonna have to get this again, maybe an 8 or 9 out of 10. Really, $150 is not bad whatsoever for At Home. Comparatively, because the first price that immediately comes to your mind when you think about this, without knowing the price, is maybe about $200 from At Home, but $150 is not bad whatsoever. I'm definitely okay with paying that price. So overall, just combining those scores, I'd say out of 10, 7 seems fair. A 7 seems fair. Combining all those things, 7 overall. That is definitely, that's a good opinion on this. I like this. I like this definitely, but it's not perfect, but it's not bad, and it's not what we usually get. It's pretty cool, it's different, and I'm a fan of it. So Let me know what you guys think. This is, it's hard to come up with more words about this one because this is such a difference, and so far I'm the first person to have this inflated right now in front of me. So this is definitely incredible, incredible circumstance, really. So yeah, let's go ahead and get one more up close look, and we'll see. Well, there's my opinion on this guy. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm the Inflatable Bastard. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.